Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share with you why seeing more patients doesn't always equal a higher work RVU composition. As I mentioned in the previous video, as an RVU-based primary care physician myself, one of the biggest challenges I faced was knowing practically what it is I can actually do to scale my work RVU productivity and income, especially when I started out as a new attending. When I was a new attending physician, my biggest focus initially was getting acclimatized to being a new attending, but also making sure that I was providing great care to my patients without dropping the ball now that I was solo. Of course, I worked with other providers in the office, so I could always ask them questions if I needed to, but I no longer had a supervisor. My decisions were final. And so my main focus was making sure that I learned the ropes of being an attending. Once my first year as an attending was over and I was no longer on the guarantee period, then part of my focus was, well, how do I maintain my salary? How do I make sure that my salary doesn't suffer? Because now it was solely up to me to make sure that I saw enough patients in order to maintain my income. I didn't know much about relative value units or RVUs at the time, what they meant or how they affected my salary, so that wasn't my focus. One of the advice that I received from some of my colleagues was that I needed to see more patients in order to maintain my income or scale my income. And so that's what I did. Who was I to not take that advice? And so that's what I started doing. I started seeing more patients. And so my RVUs were trending up and so was my salary. So initially it was great, but eventually I burned out. Surprise, surprise. And to top it off, towards the end of 2022, as I was looking at my projected salary based on my productivity, it was actually trending down. To say that I was confused is an understatement, because here I am working as hard as I can, but my productivity and income are actually trending down. And I didn't know why at the time because, again, I didn't know anything about RVUs. But obviously now I know that when you're burned out, your capacity to be productive goes down because everything in you, your physical, mental, emotional health, everything is suffering. So in hindsight, I'm not confused or surprised that my productivity and income suffered. But being in that low state is how I came to learn about RVUs. In the following months of 2023, I began to learn and implement several different strategies that helped me work smarter, become more efficient in order to scale my work RVU productivity and significantly maximize my income to a level I never thought I could as a primary care physician. And this also helped me to create my RVU consulting program to help other RVU-based primary care physicians scale their work RVUs and maximize their income without overworking or burning out. If you're interested in learning more, I've included a link to that program down below if you want to check that out. I've also included a link to a free training video if you want to check that out as well. So the take-home point is that yes, seeing a high volume of patients will definitely get you higher RVUs and a higher income, but unfortunately this is a setup for burnout, and eventually that productivity and income will crumble. Medicine is a long game and you want to set your career up for success, so you have to learn to work smart in order to reach your compensation goals. If this was interesting to you and you want to learn more valuable information like this, then consider subscribing because I post a video like this every single week, doing my best to help RVU-based primary care physicians scale their work RVUs and maximize their income without overworking or burning out. Again, the link to my RVU consulting program is down below if you want to check that out, as is the link to a free training video if you want to check that out as well. Make sure to leave a like and share this video with your colleagues. I'll see you next time.